I'm starting to gotten... I have a lot more. I can't say that sentence. If you're wondering, this is what Rangers do before programs too. Hello everybody, I am Ranger Katie May. I have grown in followers on my Instagram, on my Facebook, and on my Twitter, so I just thought I would stop by and say hello. Hi. For those of you who have been following me for a while, you know that I am a seasonal National Park Ranger. I do mostly interpretation. This last summer I was in Katmai National Park and Preserve up in Alaska as the science communicator. So my main purpose was to work with the research department and take whatever projects or research that they were doing and share it online via social media for those who follow Katmai. I wanted to be an interpretive National Park Ranger. That was my goal, and I actually went to school for this as well. I have a degree in Parks and Resource Management, Environmental Education, and Interpretation. Long name. But what I find myself is being pulled more towards digital media, which is why I do stuff like this on my own. Can't really say that I'm good at it yet, but I'm working on it. So I thought we could use some more positivity going around, and I thought I would share with you some questions that you guys have sent to me. One of the questions was, what's the most unexpected or surprising aspect of being a park ranger? And I'm sure every ranger has their own idea of something that was really surprising or unexpected. For me, it was the people. I knew I wanted to do programs, do campfire programs, like talks, work in the visitor center. I wanted to be an interpretive ranger, but I didn't know if I could do it. Part of me was always really nervous about that, and still today, if you had noticed the outtakes from earlier of this video, I get nervous still. So I wasn't sure if I could actually do the programs. My first interpretive program was at Mesa Verde National Park in the summer of 2012. And before I gave my program at the Longhouse Tour, my knees were shaking. You know in the cartoons when people get nervous and their knees like shake together and they clunk? That's me. I had 5 people. And I was so nervous that my coworker had to come up to me and go, hey, you'll do great, Kaylin. Don't worry. It's okay. So I wasn't sure if I could do it, but I wanted to do it. And so for me, it's the people that I've gotten to work with. I seem to have enjoyed working with all my coworkers at every park I've been to. But more importantly, I've enjoyed working with the visitors that I've encountered at the parks too. There's people who are so caring and supportive and willing to learn, which makes my job so much more exciting and meaningful to myself. I don't like to do things by myself. I don't even like to be alone by myself. Currently, I'm in Michigan to be with my family because my fiance is not in Virginia. He's at school, so I didn't want to be by myself, so now I'm up here. I don't like being or doing things alone. So doing things with visitors at the parks helps me learn more about myself and the parks. I get to explore more of the park because I get to see it through your eyes just as well as my own. And I get to help encourage that love of the parks and the passion of the parks that I have myself. And so then I look a little less crazy because then you as well have that passion. So that's one of the most unexpected or surprising aspects of being a park ranger is the people that you encounter. Just the wide diversity of people and the love and support, the interest they have in learning our nation's cultural and historical history. Does being a park ranger change the way you experience other national parks for the first time? I would say yes. Growing up, my family visited a few national parks. We saved up money for a few years, did Grand Canyon and Bryce Canyon, drove back to Michigan, saved up a couple more years and did Yellowstone. We visited mostly state parks here in Michigan, but we did a few national parks. And my family, when they visited, didn't really go to visitor centers, didn't attend too many programs. We always attended the campfire programs, though. For me, one of the first things I do is go to the visitor center. That's definitely changed the way that I visit parks now. I want to get a map. I want to find out everything I can about the park, and I want it in my hands so I can look at it and figure out what I want to do. or what I want to learn about first. So being a park ranger has changed that for me. What is the most commonly missed activity that visitors should be sure to do at a park today? That question's a little hard to answer because I think it depends on the people. On the films in the visitor center, if there is one, it's always a great way to learn something quick and easily. To get an idea of the park. I think the Junior Ranger program is good, even if you're not going to do it, having that booklet, because it's pretty much everything you need to know about a park. And it's right there for you. So I always get that. There is no age limit for a Junior Ranger. One of my favorite things to do, though, is to go to the evening programs, the campfire programs, the multimedia presentations that the Rangers do. Because that's kind of the one way that we as interpretive Rangers get to explore something that really interests us. And we get to share it with you. And I think it's really interesting to me to figure out what other people like and just to see and learn about that new thing, kind of through their eyes. What made me want to become a National Park Ranger was a campfire program at the Grand Canyon National Park. I was 14 years old. The campfire program was on mule deer. And I remember it because we were sitting out in the amphitheater and there were mule deer right over there. Right when he was giving the talk, the ranger was giving the talk. And at the moment I was like, I can do that. I want to do that. And it kind of sat in the back of my head for a while, but until my freshman year of college, I decided that I really wanted to go after this park ranger dream. And that's when I changed degrees from photojournalism to a degree in Parks and Resource Management. Now, as an interpretive National Park Ranger, our days are kind of different in every different park. What I mean is, each park has a different number of hours that you spend in the visitor center, you spend giving programs, you spend out talking to people as well. So you're not necessarily inside all day. And during the winter months when things are quieter, you might be inside a lot more. Now, in Katmai this last summer, I got to do a lot of really cool things, but I had an office job. Most of the time I was in King Salmon in the office, doing work, uploading photos, editing photos, trying to figure out what the heck the scientists were talking about so I could share it with you guys. So it was kind of a different job for me this summer. I was inside more than I was outside. What advice would you have for folks wanting to become a ranger themselves? Right now, I would say keep your hopes up. It's not any different than when I first started. It's really hard to get your foot in the door into the National Park Service because there's a lot of competition. I think everyone wants to be a park ranger, and I think we all are inside our hearts. We all want to support these places, and we all want to be in these places, and it'd be great to spend every day there. And I'm not going to lie, it's pretty nice. Go to school, volunteer, state parks, your local city. After high school, I worked for the city of Sturgis, Michigan, where I'm from, and I planted plants and worked with the recreation department and pulled weeds. I got to drive a dump truck around. That was pretty cool. So volunteer around you. What's going on? Take part in what's going on online as well. Follow the national parks. And please follow the real national parks. I know the alternative National Park Service things are really fun and cool right now, but also remind us to support us during this time. Someone asked me, what would you want the visiting public to do at this moment so you'd feel loved, valued, and supported? And I would tell you guys, don't lose your fire. Stay passionate. Follow what you love. And if it's the National Park Service, I'm right there with you. We'll get through this together. This is my first time doing a vlog, a video update. As you can tell, I'm kind of nervous about it, but I'm hoping that you guys enjoy it. Let me know what you think. So I'm Ranger Katie May, and thanks for following my randomness.